Hey, it's Nate with Pulse PEMF. We're live from the 2025 Biohacking Conference floor, and with me is one of our beloveds, Joe LeHotay. He's been with Pulse PEMF since 2017. He knows his stuff, and Joe, as I've been walking around the, what are they calling it? The Tech Wonderland?
Tech Wonderland.
Tech
Yeah.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
There's so many different modalities, but Pulse is really unique even in the PEMF world. And in the last almost 10 years that you've been with Pulse, you've seen a lot of variations and different
Sure.
expressions of PEMF. So could you break down what's unique about Pulse PEMF?
Yeah, it can be really confusing because there are hundreds of products on the market that call themselves PEMF.
Yes.
Yet, when someone steps into the Pulse booth and gets on Pulse for the first time, even if they have a background in PEMF and have been using it for years, they're completely blown away. They're like, what is this? I don't get it.
They're
This
like,
isn't
was I having
PEMF.
PEMF before?
Right. They start to wonder if that was or if this is, right? Because they're different. They're totally different. And so some devices you just don't feel. They're mats that you lie on. They have benefits, but it takes a while to understand them, to experience them, to get some results going from them, probably for most people before they become believers. With
Yes.
Pulse, it's just super engaging from the beginning session, even the first 30 seconds for most people. When it hits them, they smile, they look at me, and they say, what is happening with this PEMF? Yeah. And so that's how it goes with Pulse. And, I think in a business setting, when you're trying to engage a customer early on, in a biohacking center, in a chiropractic office, a functional medicine office, whatever it is, where you're selling packages of these therapies, these services, you want to engage somebody as soon as you possibly can into their healing, into their experience. And Pulse has just been great over the years, being famous for balancing results that they get with PEMF, with Pulse that we get, but also the experience, because you can offer something that gives a great experience, like a carnival ride. You're putting your clients on a great carnival ride and they feel really cool when
It's
they're on it.
memorable for sure.
But if they don't have a result when they get off of it, they're probably not going to pay for additional sessions. Or you can have something that can bring great results with consistent use over time. But if they don't have an experience the first time, they may not come back a second time. So when you're running this as a business, you have to be able to balance the results and the experience and provide both of those early on to get that early engagement. And that's what I think Pulse is really great at.
Yes. Now, with you being in our sales team, you are working with home users, you're working with businesses and sports professionals and the whole gamut. So going back to the business side of things, how do you feel with Pulse, the way that we've been building out training, but then the support? Because one thing that I've talked to about with others who have been sold machines by our sales reps, they love the support that they're getting from you guys. They know that they can call you at any time, and you'll even show up and do demos and train that. So what would that, for those who are watching, who are considering adding this as a offering or service to an existing wellness practice, what does that support look like once from day one?
Yeah, great question. And, everybody's afraid when they're spending on a high ticket item that they're going to buy the item and have to figure out how to monetize it. And it's going to be all by themselves. They're going to be lying awake in bed at night, not knowing what to do next.
Right.
The difference that Pulse really is great at over the years has been providing the tools and resources and structures around getting someone ramped up, getting them trained, getting their staff trained, getting ongoing training for incoming staff, and when they have a turnover on their team and whatnot, and also the support, whether it's phone support, whether it's rep support. Anybody who knows me, who hangs around with me on nights and weekends, I don't stop. And when I'm getting a text or a message or a WhatsApp from somebody in Thailand or somebody in Dubai or where, what have you, in a different time zone, I'm on it to the best of my ability. And so I think, from that foundation, and then also adding complementary things, like some of us do Instagram lives with our clients, and it just becomes it's not a purchase. It's sort of being involved in a community. So when you
Yes.
get involved in the Pulse community, you have a lot of resources and friends, and everybody is as passionate as the next person. I mean, you can't really find an uninterested party in the Pulse community. If,
Yes.
if whether it's a clinic owner or a biohacker or a home user, shoot, we just had a home user here a few minutes ago who talked about her life-threatening diagnosis 10 years ago. And I said, well, what did you do? She says, I bought a pulse machine. I'm like, 10 years ago, you bought a pulse machine? She says, yeah.
And she said it's still running great.
And she said, 5 years ago, I was totally clear of my life-threatening diagnosis. And I'm like, I think we need to get that on video.
Yes, and we did.
And we did.
Yeah.
So
So going on to the home user, what is your personal pulsing routine look like?
every morning I get up when I'm not on the road. Sometimes if I'm on the road,
Yeah.
I have equipment with me so I can do a little bit of this.
Yep.
But when I'm not on the road, I do probably 40, 45 minutes of pulse. First, I start on the head and spine, lying down, and then I move into the chair and I'll just read for a half an hour or listen to a podcast.
Yep.
And by that time, the sun's coming up. I'm outside getting the red and infrared from the sun and sort of getting my circadian health started up. And I got my wife and kid who are getting up at that point, making noise. So I kind of get that in before everybody else is awake. So that's my
Nice.
morning routine. And then throughout the day, I'll jump on it if I'm on a call and I just feel like doing that. Or a lot of times I'll be doing a demo. So I'll get some more pulse throughout the day. And then
Yes.
in the evening, if I'm watching something, I happen to have my YouTube monitor in the same room with my pulse chairs. So it's a nice place to relax and sort of get
Absolutely.
energy into the body before you go to sleep, because the body uses that energy to rest as well as it does to perform.
Absolutely. My body starts craving it at 9 p.m.
Yeah, you were
If I
saying, yeah.
haven't started already in the evening by 9 p.m., my body's like, all right, it's time to do this. And I've been talking to a number of people who have been going to a practitioner or wellness center to get pulsing, and eventually they just got to the point where like, I just need to buy my own
Yeah,
machine.
it's a tipping point. Yeah.
It is. There's something to be said about the momentum and the consistency. That's where we see the most results.
Yeah.
Is when someone's consistently staying on that.
Well, great point. And I think that's a good thing to mention, because most people, whether it's low intensity PMF or something like Pulse, it draws people who are in pain or have some unresolved health concern. That's the big draw to PEMF, and certainly with Pulse. Um, but the people who benefit, I think, the most from it are not the people who are looking to solve something immediately,
Yeah.
but they understand that once that is addressed and supported, maybe that's the thing that drew them in, they consistently use it long term. So while they were using it as sort of a short term, acute, maybe a chronic pain type of thing, they were using it as more of an aspirin. I think the people that succeed more think of it more as a vitamin and more nutrition for the body rather than analgesic. It's great
I
if you're
love that
dealing with
analogy.
something specific and you want to, address it soon, like right away.
Yep.
But it's even better if after that thing is tamped down and sort of, addressed,
Yep.
you can now use it as much of the rest of your life as you can as nutrition, as a supplement. The body runs on electricity to a large degree, on energy, and everything the body does, conscious or unconscious to you, requires energy. And
Yes.
having that supplemental energy on demand from Pulse in your family for generations,
Yes.
kind of generational legacy wellness is what I call it.
Yes.
This is definitely a tool that can provide the foundation for that.
Now I love that the podcast booth is right next to
I keep pointing to our equipment.
our whole setup. We've got Z-Grav loungers, we've got the flatbeds, plus Focus accessories, and the XL Pro systems. So, just out of intrigue, what are some of your favorite settings and accessories right now?
Yeah, right now the power pad and the cube, and for certain the power ring.
Yes.
Yeah, you take
I
that
saw you using the power ring on your
ring,
shoulder.
you can get the
earlier.
shoulders going, you can get the jaws going. I mean, it's literally point and shoot. You turn it on. I just have the habit of turning it all the way up on 5.0. So I want as much strength as humanly possible from the XL Pro.
Yes.
And then I can just use proximity. And if anybody's seen any of my reels on this, like when I do my jaw, it's like 2 inches away from the jaw. So
I
I
believe
just move
that.
it closer or further depending on the sensitivity. But then I don't have to touch the knob anymore. So it's
Right.
all set and go.
How can people find out more about you, Joe, and your podcast and all the
Yeah.
research? Because you're very active on social media and you're
Yeah.
putting out a lot of awesome content.
Yeah, thank you. I do a lot on my personal Instagram, so it's just LeHotay Joe at LeHotay Joe. And I post on Pulse and I post on other biohacks and other circadian health things that I do and food things that I do all the time, travel. So it's a fun place to be if you want to learn more about Pulse and learn more about how to just increase the quality of your life by additional supplemental energy like Pulse.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for bringing your
Thanks, Nate.
expertise.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about the Pulse Expansion, Business Expansion Collection, or you just want to demo this for yourself, maybe Joe's the perfect guy
Reach out.
to let you experience what we've been talking about. Hopefully it's provoking you if you haven't experienced the Power Ring or the XL Pro system or some of these settings that we've been talking about. This is the season to try. The wellness movement is thriving right now,
Yeah, look at
as
this
we
place.
see here in the Tech Wonderland here at the
Yeah.
Biohacking Conference. So follow us on socials for more inspiring wellness tips and testimonials, and of course, more incredible news with the accessories and the systems that are going to be coming. We've got more. R&D
don't
is
stop.
busy. We don't stop.
We don't stop.
We're a pioneering movement, and so
Yeah.
make sure you're following us on social so you can stay up to date. And thank you, Joe, for
Yeah.
joining me. I appreciate
All right,
you.
Nate. Yes,
And
thank you.
join us next time for the next conversation here on the PulseCast.